Podcast.
Hello and welcome to Brew Games Podcast, episode 14, titled Threesome. I'm Joe Evans.
I'm Adam Eliason.
Dano. Danny G. Dan Gullet. That's me.
And we'll get right into the beers. So, what did you bring for us today?
Personal favorite? The Cristal. Cristal, however you want to pronounce it. It's a Cuban beer, Cuban flavor. Comes complete with a green bottle. It's an excellent beer. Only come to Canada like a year ago.
I was going to say, I've never seen it before.
When I was in Cuba, you can drink it everywhere. It's like the number one beer out of Cuba. All Cubans drink it.
It does sound like it's from Cuba, actually.
Sometimes it's not about the quality of the ingredient. It's about the hardship of the beer and like what goes into the beer and the revolution. It's amazing beer. I think this brewery's been around in like the early 1900s, specifically maybe like 1928. It's a good beer, guys. Give it a go. Tell me what you think. It's like my ultimate patio beer, or just like enjoying life beer, video gaming beer. It's just a great beer.
Cheers.
It's built with a lot of Cuban tradition. Their values are quality, integrity, people, and innovation. Be honest.
Reminds me of Mexico.
Southern
Yeah,
Caribbean,
yeah,
right? Southern
yeah.
Caribbean.
It's not bad, it's good.
It is pretty good.
Got one for myself here.
Nice. It's better than Corona, that's for sure.
It is.
Oh, it's wonderful. You can taste like the beach. You can taste it. It won't get stuck in your teeth though, but you can taste it.
This beer kind of reminds me of what I like to call the stinky beer from China, Tsingtao.
Yes, very much so.
The smell right off the bat, just very
Even-
similar.
Even
to
like a
Tsingtao.
Vietnamese beer. Yeah.
But this is a beer that'd be accessible to almost anybody, I think.
Very
Unless
light,
you're like a
easy
huge
drinking,
hipster snob or something, but if you just want a beer, just to drink a beer, especially like on a hot day, this is, as they touted, I believe, on their promotions, like this is a beer for special occasions, any occasion, especially on a hot sunny day.
Good life, man. It's quality. It's smooth. It's really smooth.
It is.
You can drink
you can drink a lot of them.
You can drink them all day long, but it has flavor too, right? As you call it, stinky beer. But that's flavor for me.
It tastes better than it smells.
Yeah, definitely. Just like Tsingtao, so.
I also just noticed the fancy glasses here.
Yeah, so we got Brew Games frosted mugs. If you're interested in grabbing one, they're on brewgames.spreadshirt.ca.
Cheers.
But if you're ordering from Canada, I'll have to warn you, there is like a duty or a tax you have to pay when it comes across the border, apparently.
How much is that?
So when these came by, I got 2 of them, and it was like $10.
That's $5 a glass. Or that $10 duty.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Harsh.
So it came by Canada Post, but they had to,
Oh, Canada.
they had to charge me $10. I don't even want to think about what UPS would have charged, but yeah. I like them. They're good glasses.
Yeah. They seem pretty cool. They fit the Cristal nicely.
Perfectly, yeah.
What, 350, right?
Yep.
They fit a full 350, no problem.
So the beer we got for you is the Vache Folle ESB. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name because I can't speak French. But Beer Advocate gave it 86.
I think maybe the E is silent.
Rate Beer gave it 93.
That's pretty good.
So it's got a very high rating. 6% ABV at 30 IBUs. Described as a generous red ale whose powerful perfume of flowery hops and sustained bitterness set it apart from mundane beers.
I don't smell flowers. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can
smell
get
better with the glass.
Yeah, I'll let it.
Let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
So it's an ESB. Can you tell me what ESB means, Dan?
Basing by the picture here, estrogen, sexy bovine, because bovine's a kind of cow, and estrogen is because it's a female cow. It's not a bull, so maybe that's what it is.
Not just any bovine, but a sexy bovine.
Yeah.
Estrogen sexy.
Well, look at it there. It's got a tight body
There's
on the
normal
bottom.
sexy, and then there's the cows that have
Good
tentacles
legs.
in their
Its
feet.
other legs are up on the fence there. Its tail's going like a little pose. It's kind of looking all right, you know? It's going okay. Oi, we have a problem.
You're
With
back.
with the bottle it worked, but that's okay. I come prepared. I got
Give a straw.
it.
Nice.
So going to the history of the brewery before you give your review. Started in July of 1998 in the restaurant Le Saint Pub, which is located in Vache Saint Paul, Quebec. They started off with a 500-liter system, and then they later obtained a 1,000-liter system in 2003 to increase production. 2004 is when they started the Mad Cow series of beers. So I believe the first one was the Milk Stout.
Did you translate the Vache Folle?
Pretty much means Mad Cow.
Are you sure? Yeah.
Yeah.
La would be something feminine.
So when I searched it online,
Vache's
I kept
cow.
getting like...
Vache's cow, yeah. So Folle must be crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. A crazy female cow.
Yep. 2009, they started to brew their bottled beers in a new brewery in Rue Paul Rene Tremblay, which is also in Bay St. Paul, for distribution throughout Quebec, Western Canada, and several U.S. states. And
But not Eastern Canada. Screw them.
yeah, through them. But the original pub still has their original brewery, and so they allow the brewers to kind of use it as a testing ground for new beers, and then they're available inside the pub. Drink.
Yeah,
That's the kind of people you want to be friends with.
Yep.
I totally missed something here. So ESB stands for Extra Special Bitter. It's not very bitter at all.
No?
No, it's not bitter beer. Actually, you know what? It kind of like, I'm going to butcher this to all hell, but I would say it has like a caramel smooth taste. Almost like a Kilkenny, you know, when you drink the Kilkenny, but it's not quite as like thick and creamy, but it's kind of smooth and caramely like a Kilkenny. You guys tried this one, or am I just the only one that's going
I
to
think we tried it.
We've tried the
ESBs.
milk stout, but not the ESB, so I've got an extra bottle for us to try a little bit later on.
it's here. You guys are going to have to share a straw. Well, one of you can drink, and then the other one can drink out of the other straw. You guys can each sample this
I can
one.
just do each side of the glass, that works too.
Okay, well, I'll put this back for later. It's creamy, eh? It's caramely.
It is.
It's not very bitter at all. I don't find it bitter.
No, not at all.
Maybe the
That's
straw.
not like a usual ESB.
No. And you're dead on with Kilkenny.
A little bit different head than a Kilkenny, but it has like that
A little
nice,
more hoppy too.
nice smooth texture.
Or something.
Seems more malty.
And Kilkenny?
Oh, than Kilkenny? Well, you'd be more hoppy than Kilkenny.
Yeah.
That is creamy.
This is a beer you drink on a nice leather couch with a bookshelf beside you and a cigar in your mouth and like nice big wood furnace and like fireplace going, and you're just like, ha.
And the globe, man. You gotta have the fancy globe too.
Yeah, man. Like, that's what kind of beer this is. Or like a cold winter beer, and you after a day of like snowboarding and skiing and things. And I know we're at the end of that season, but that's what kind of beer this is. Not so much a summertime beer because it's really smooth and like thick. I don't know, like this.
Or in the springtime, so
so
maybe it's a good transition beer between winter into summer. Or in the springtime, it's a little bit cold once in a while here in Calgary.
Yeah, it's still cold today. It's like my fridge is warmer than outside was today.
It's warm today. What do you guys talking about?
No, wait, I could put this beer outside and it's colder than if I was to put it in my fridge. And it was cold today.
As soon as I walked in here, I made a comment that it was warm today.
I got a Cuban beer. You guys got a Quebec beer. Quebec is pretty damn cold. Cuba's a little bit hot. Maybe we have a different mentality of what hot is.
Maybe.
I had like a hoodie on today and a toque when I was walking around outside. I was cold today.
Well, wrap it up for the beers, I think.
I think so. Okay.
So we go into the games.
Sure.
So do you want to start with the game I challenged you to first?
Sure.
I challenged you to Burnout Paradise, the
That's
ultimate
right.
box.
And I've had a very small amount of time to play with it, which is unfortunate. So my review's going to be very short.
Okay.
But I started it up just a couple days ago. Wasn't in the best mood. Just was like, just get through this so I can talk about it on Brew Games, and then got a million other things to do. And once I got through the menus and the stupid sign-in thing, which was a pain, then just started driving around. I had a smile on my face in like 20 seconds in. just it's so fun.
It feels good. It's got good
Yeah,
tunes.
It just kept looping Paradise City by Jesus for me. Just over and over. So, had
Take
enough
me
of that.
down.
But other than that,
Yeah.
it was. I was just like you said, just driving around. I'd do one or two challenges to try one of each.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Just
Just drive
cruising.
around. The car goes like exactly where you want it to go. It's very
Got great control.
great control. Yeah, it's not like Grand Theft Auto, I guess, or whatever.
It's not super arcadey, but at the same time, it's also not like super realistic where you tap the brake and you spin out into the edge, right?
Yeah,
like
sure.
it's an awesome balance. Like old school Need for Speed SE, right? Like kind of, it just feels right.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm definitely going back to that.
Yeah.
I don't know how big the game is or how big the map is, so I can't make a comment on, like how many hours it would take or how much I would spend on it, I guess.
Yeah, that's fairly big. It's not as big as, something like GTA or something, but it's still a fair size.
You have to think of the age of the game though too, right? Comparatively.
Yeah.
Like if they were to re-release something like that, I bet you it would be
Bigger.
exponentially bigger, right?
For sure.
Because if you think of original GTA, or like GTA maybe 2 would be about the same time that Burnout Paradise came out. Did it come out, was
No,
5, 6
Before
years ago?
GTA 4, I think.
No, is it that new?
Yeah.
I thought it was like,
I was thinking of another Burnout game.
Paradise, I thought it was like 6, 7 years ago. No?
Well, GTA 2 is like
5 or 6
90s,
years ago.
right?
Oh yeah, I guess so, because it was like the top scroller,
Yeah.
right?
It
Yeah.
wasn't until you got to 3 that it was...
Yeah, when it
Kind
comes
of
down to
third
third person,
person,
then
yeah.
third person, yeah. That's right. Yeah, but Paradise is still 360 era, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. I expected a little more, like, knocking into other cars, I guess.
Okay.
I think I might have been confusing it with something else or, like, flat out kind of thing, but...
Yeah, well, like the older Burnout games, definitely was a lot more of that. But because of the way it's open world now, so instead of going to a menu and selecting, I want to do like Burnout Crash or the other mode.
Or like the jumping one, remember? We had to like hit the big jump and like spin out, do 360s or whatever. Yeah.
So with this, it's like open world, so you're just cruising around, and then, like I said, you have to find that specific intersection where it has that game mode, and then
spin your wheels.
And then you can go to like you're smashing into people, trying to like take people out, like takedowns and stuff like that. Yeah. So would you recommend it?
I would. I'd definitely be going back to it for sure. Said I don't know how much I would spend on it because I don't know how big it is still, but I'd definitely give it a try.
Yeah. So you can't give it a price value right now? $10?
At least $10.
$10, yeah.
At least.
Okay, awesome.
What did I challenge you to?
You challenged me to Mirror's Edge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Most amazing soundtrack in a game ever.
It's actually...
Really?
I don't know if it's the most amazing. It's got a good ambient track to it for
That's
sure.
what I mean. Like I thought the soundtrack added a whole next level to the game.
Yeah. So it's a first-person anti-action platformer. And I say that because they don't want you to engage the enemies. They want you to forced run from them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If you try to engage them, it's bad news bears. You're like, they shoot you down really quickly, and you have to do the whole sequence all over again. It's hyper realistic, in my opinion, but mixed with like a Samurai Jack style animation. So when you're actually playing the game, it's like hyper realistic, very clean, surgical like kind of style. But like even the characters look like they're supposed to be like real people. But then when they're doing a cutscene, it's like a Samurai Jack episode.
Yeah. Totally.
But the budget got cut. And,
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just
cell
that
shading.
you wanted
Like
to
full-on
go
cell
that kind of a
shading,
style. Not even cell
No,
shading.
they wanted the style. That's what it is. Because it's supposed to
Like
look
they're
like
trying
a comic book, right?
Yeah, it's trying to be like a comic book. So they use the Samurai Jack style animation, which I'm a huge fan of Samurai Jack, so I had no problem with that kind of animation.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. Some of the jumps and puzzles were quite infuriating because you have to be pinpoint accurate with your jumps. Even after you make the jump, if you're off to the side a little bit, you won't grab onto the thing and you'll just fall to your death. And you gotta do it over again, jump and jump, and keep jumping until you finally get that pixel perfect like.
So
jump.
did you keyboard mouse it or did you?
I did keyboard mouse, and it's actually not bad as keyboard mouse. I'm not sure if it would be better as gamepad or not. It might be for the executions of moves. but not the accuracy of being able to see where you're pointing at. And that's, for some reason, there's some kind of compensation we're using the gamepad. I know in the console there probably was a little bit more kind of like auto aim, auto lock kind of system. But with PC, I don't think that's really there, so I don't think it would really help going between those two. I got up to the point where I stuck into Burnfield's office, so it's this guy who's an ex-wrestler, and I guess he has something to do with this conspiracy that's going on, like someone was murdered, and trying to figure out who did it and why they did it. So I got to his office, and he left the office, I have to drop down, and then I have to go out of his office to the main lobby, and it says, get to the roof. So I'm trying to like parkour my way up in this lobby, but then where it's telling me to go, I get there, and then I was like, okay, where do I go now? And you push left alt to like, it'll like move the camera to like, okay, go this way. Well, it's like 3 floors of like, they're all glassed out, so like, I can't jump anywhere. And all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 guys come out and shoot me, and I'm just like, I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get through that area, and I couldn't. I just got frustrated, I'm like, I'm done. So
that's where you stopped.
I think, yeah, that's where I stopped. I will go back to the game, because I want to get past that part. I actually think the mix of story and gameplay is actually done really well. It's got a good flow to it. You're not just only doing parkour. You're like, it gives you a break, and you get to like watch this like Samurai Jack style animation for a while, and then it brings you back into it, and you get to run around some more. So, yeah, hopefully I can get past that part. But I was actually playing it today, and it just pissed me off. Couldn't do it anymore.
This is that sort of that drawback to the Tomb Raider style of games, right? Where they're all jump puzzles, and if you kind of get stuck with not seeing that ledge or that rope or whatever, and that's the only way you can kind of go through it. Because I found Mirror's Edge was kind of that way too. It's not really open; it was one direction to the puzzle. Yeah. And sometimes there's slight variations to how to get from A to B.
But there's pretty much only one solution.
Yeah, and then you have to kind of follow it. And if you're missing, like with Mirror's Edge, it kind of, when you're in that run mode, it highlights the one thing, like, oh, there's the little parapet wall you're going to hop or this or that. And you can kind of like
use your intuition.
Yeah, and you can kind of feel a flow.
Think of what the map designers would like.
But if you're missing that one window ledge or that one raptor jump or something, and you don't see it ever, like you'll just, like you said, 20 minutes, half hour, circling, you're like, oh, not right.
Yeah.
It's that one frustrating point with that style of game.
So I think taking a break from it, and then coming back later, I think it will give me a fresh mindset to finally see that point that I was missing.
Have you beaten it, then?
No, I was like 360 styled it, and I think I got the same kind of thing too, where I just kind of got frustrated and moved on to something different, right? Like, I have a short attention span for games. Very rare do I ever play through them completely. I don't know why. Kind of bounce from one to the next one to the next one and stuff like that, but I really liked it. I thought it was a good game too. Paradise for me was a game that I really liked playing with somebody else in the same room or playing multiplayer with. Like, to me, it was tough to play by myself.
It seemed like a really good
but it was a fun kind of like party game. Like, okay, you play, do this race, and then we switch controller or whatever, right? And Mirror's Edge was kind of, it's like a good kind of chill out solo game. I really liked the music to it. The music to me really added to it, and just you kind of get into like this weird zone flow. Your eyes blur out because you had maybe too much tequila or beers or something, and like you feel the music and you just start going, right? But I didn't keyboard and mouse it. I consoled it. It was on 360. I don't know, right? It might be a little different with the PC. I'm not sure, but that's what that was with that one.
Sounds good. So the reviews. Let's go into the challenges. So we're gonna challenge you to Tales of Monkey Island.
Oh no, man! So that one there. Here's the thing, right? Like, Monkey Island is so classic, right? Like, Monkey Island, Tales, and then Monkey Island 2. Like, they're such like a good side-scrolling adventure game.
This is like
this Tales thing. Like, I don't even think it's made by LucasArts anymore. It might be
by Telltale Games.
Yeah.
So it's one of their first games. So the Walking Dead game you did was Telltale Games.
They did Walking Dead, yeah. So
Wolf Among Us is a game I played outside of the show.
That one looks really good. That one looks really good.
So
I heard awesome stuff with it.
This is like Telltale Games, one of their first games. I believe it was released in 2009. So
yeah.
It's got some age to it.
It does.
But it'll be interesting to see how you like it.
I'll accept it, but man, like, because the Monkey Islands is so classic. Like, that is the true heart of an adventure game right back from the early 90s. LucasArts came out, redid them, redid the graphics, and they're amazing, right? And then to take that and really do a 180 or a 360 or like, I don't know, that's like a 1060. Like it is just spinning it so much, you almost want to hurt the game, right? But I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. Which episode? Is it just the first episode? Because I think it's a 3 or 4
It's 5 chapters.
5 chapters. Okay, chapters,
So
not episodes.
I'd say just go for chapter 1.
Okay.
If you like it, you want to go to chapter 2, go for it.
Just go, keep
If you
going.
think it's
Just ride it out.
If you think it's skunk, then feel free to stop at 1. That's fine with us.
Alright, sounds good.
See, I've never heard of these Monkey Island games.
What? Oh man, okay.
So I thought he was talking about the monkey ball. Where you're on the
Oh
Wii.
no, this okay, no.
Okay.
It's a classic point and click, talking, picking up, finding weird stuff like finding bubble gum and turning it into like a hot air balloon kind of fun
I don't know if
game.
you know Mist.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
But very lighthearted. Like Mist was very
a lot of comedy and stuff.
Yeah, Mist was like an intellectual game, very deep. Where the classic, like the LucasArts and even Sierra from way back in the day with like Space Quest and stuff like that. Like they're very fun, lighthearted adventure, point and click movie style games. But yeah, I'll give it a go. I'll just. Oh man, we'll see what happens. I might be in tears.
That's alright.
And I'll wear a pirate shirt next time. I kind of screwed up. Alright, so my turn? My turn? Alright. I was going to challenge you guys to the first Brew Games International Footlol competition. This is a game on Steam. None of you got it. That's okay. This game you can get on Steam is called Footlol. Now I know it's like a soccer game and I am wearing football gear. I kind of missed the ball on that one. But in America, football is like this, and in Europe, football is with the foot. It is called soccer here, but we are going to have a Footlol competition. This game is like Worms Armageddon, so you're going to be like clicking bombs and missiles and stuff like that, but it's played on a football field. Now, when you start the game, you only get mines. So you're going to want to play it for a little bit. So you guys are going to have to play it for a little bit first. Okay? So that way you're going to get some extra missiles and some UFOs. Now how this game works is it's only $5. It may even be like $5.50 on Steam. It's amazing. It's really fun. It's a multiplayer game. And how the challenge is going to work is this isn't just going to be a play challenge. What we're going to do is we're going to have the first annual Brew Games competition here. So you guys are going to play for a little bit, get the feel of it. Because you actually don't control your players. They just run around like crazy cows. Crazy cows.
Crazy sexy cows.
And what you got to do is try to bomb the other person. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a series. We're going to play a round robin. And then we're going to tally up some points there. I'll figure that out. Wins are worth 2 points. Losses are worth nothing. And then like I'll play you and I'll play Joey and you two play each other. And then maybe we'll do like best of 3. And whoever wins the most cumulative points, the 2 people there are going to go to play for first place. And first place, because I'm wearing New York here, go Giants. That's right. We're going to play for this beer here. This is called the Game of Thrones. Because you're going to be the king. You're going to be the king of Footlol. That's F-O-O-T-L-O-L because it's awful. It's awful. It's going to be fun. And what I'm going to challenge you to do is whoever gets first place, you're going to have to chug this. And I give a little review on how you think of it. But that's what you're going to have to do.
You're going to want to play bad?
No. Okay, maybe, no.
We had a Game of Thrones beer on here and it was good, right?
That's right. So this beer's from New York State. It's a New York State beer, but we're going to talk about that maybe next time after we have our competition and see who's going to win.
All right.
And then you can review the game too, obviously, right? It's a little bit of an old game. Come out in 2013. But that just means it's aged well and it's cheesy.
Nice.
Because it's going to be fun.
I like it.
Sounds good.
That's right.
Oops. So that'll be the challenges.
I'm looking forward to that, actually.
Yeah,
it's going to be
fun. That'll do it for the show, I think. Nothing in the mailbag. But if you guys want to send us something, brewsandgames@gmail.com, @brewsandgames. I'm at J Evans.
I'm at Alpha Drake.
You got a Twitter? Or not really?
Oh, man.
I don't even use it in a long time.
I haven't touched that. I think the last time I touched that, Terrell Owens played for the Cowboys, and he texted me back one day, and then I was so mad that I was done.
Your Twitter life had reached.
That was like my peak, and I just retired. And it was so funny after that because like people seeing that he texted me or tweeted me or whatever, and then a whole bunch of other people started adding me because they thought I was in like the know with him, and I was like, and I just asked him about a jacket he wore. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Let's cheers up.
All right.
Salute.
Cheers.